Hi, my name is Marvin Joyner. I'm the owner of Advanced Muscle Care and Recovery. What we do here is mainly work with athletes and also people in pain to help them with their muscular issues. I am 57 years old and I've been in this business for over 25.
And kind of, I know a little bit of the story because I've been to your place a little bit. So for the people listening, talk about like where you grew up and everything, how you ended up in Houston.
Well, I am originally from Sealy, Texas, which is 24 miles west of Katy, where my office is. I started out doing this mainly when I went to the military. I did training over there in Korea, came back home, and I was trained a bodyguard. And I figured, I would go into bodyguard work, and this was just a part of something else I could do with it. But my ended up getting married, and I knew that I couldn't do bodyguard work, so I chose to go into the profession of pain management. And in '97, I went to work for one pain management facility in North Houston, where I stayed for several years, where we focused mainly on non-disciplinary pain management. In that process, we did a lot of work with people in pain, low back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, all mostly based on workman's comp injuries. From
Gotcha.
there, we went into aquatic therapy for the clients that couldn't do much load weight bearing exercises and things of that sort. We did exercises in the pool, which helped them out tremendously. After I
Gotcha.
left there, I went to another clinic in North Houston where I opened up my first practice on Red Oak in 1960
Okay, so
in
yeah,
North
real
Houston.
quick before we get too far, like kind of talk about how you got the idea of even going into that direction. Like, were you a college athlete, or talk about that a little bit?
Oh, well, I played football in high school, injured myself in high school. And I started going that direction when I went to start doing training, for the injured players. And from
Gotcha.
there, when I went to the military, I went to did martial arts and I injured myself. And Sensei Lee sent me to Sensei Lin, who did manual therapy. And that's what
Gotcha.
really got me involved in it. And like I said, then it just evolved from there. It was one of the
Gotcha.
things that I knew that I was good at. When I came back to Texas, I got my license, and then I just started practicing.
Gotcha. So you had to injure yourself. It worked for
Yes,
you a little bit, kind of got the bug and went that direction.
yes.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, talk about the like, definitely you have, a lot of experience in the field. So talk about like the experience working under somebody before getting your own stuff going. Like, what is
Mhm.
it like when you kind of have to like, maintain a structured approach, kind of follow the guidelines and all
Yes.
that
Okay.
versus
Well, at the Houston Center for Pain Management, what they did mostly was a structured thing working with psychologists, anesthesiologists, and regular doctors. And more or less, we'd have meetings once a day explaining what we were going to do with each client or patient. And then from there, it's a hierarchy of things that we had to do. And I was always the therapist. So the therapist was the last one to go through and explain what we were doing that day.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, kind of, take me through like where you first got the idea, like going out on your own and like where you got the confidence of even like seeing it as a real opportunity.
Okay. One of the main things that I heard constantly as being a massage therapist in the '90s was you won't be able to make it because you're a guy, and most guys don't. Most people don't want guys working on them. So that's why I chose to go the non-disciplinary pain management route, where most
Mhm.
of my clients were going to be referred to me by physicians.
Gotcha.
So I was more or less legitimizing myself by doing that.
Gotcha. So that was like where it started was like getting referred from doctors and kind of like
Yeah,
those people.
when I first started my business, I was still in pain management, and I was just doing my business on the side. And what I would do, the people that could no longer afford the insurance was no longer paying, and they needed additional services,
Gotcha.
they would still come and see me afterwards because I was cheaper than trying to go, through insurance, to try and get additional insurance to pay for it.
Gotcha. So was it mainly just like a lot of like crossover clients that you had that kind of just came over?
Yes, at first it was in the late 90s. That's what it mainly was.
Gotcha. Okay, and back then, like, kind of talk about like what you was doing back then to kind of market yourself, put your side hustle out there while you was working and everything.
Well, the main thing I did back then, literally, I would go to the physician's offices and I would go in and I would do a chair massage session for several of their employees, the nurses, the nurse managers, and also the counselors in the doctor's offices. That way they knew the benefit of the treatment and they would be more than happy to refer their patients to me.
That's the gems. Okay, so you saying basically give your services away for free to the person that will
That
refer.
Well, it wasn't free, it was marketing.
Well, in the sense of
Yeah.
like you didn't get paid in the moment, but thinking about
Yeah.
the long run, like
Yeah.
they'll refer
It's the
you
same with
clients.
marketing. You don't get paid up front for marketing. You have to put out money for marketing.
Gotcha.
Putting out my services for a few people to get more people in.
Gotcha. And that was pretty successful at getting people in.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, any other things you did back then as far as like, marketing business cards, going out to events or anything?
No, I didn't do any events then because I was still mainly focused on patients and pain management.
Gotcha.
I wasn't really into the athletic portion of the genre yet.
Okay, so yeah, talk about that, how you like started transitioning into the sports kind of focused direction.
Okay, that happened in between 2005 and 2007 when the physical therapist they decided to lobby against the massage therapists working in physicians' offices.
Mm,
Incident two. So that literally destroyed any type of referral system from the doctors because they no longer could have us in their offices or anything. So I
gotcha.
had a choice on what I was going to do: just regular massage, go into another business, or focus on something else. So I decided to just stop by this one swim club. I walked in and asked if anyone needed to be worked on, and then several people said yes. And that's what started me in sports medicine,
Okay,
working specifically with athletes.
gotcha.
And
And
from
kind of,
there,
what'd you say?
oh, go ahead.
No, you got it. What'd you say?
Okay, and from there, my office was mainly in West Houston at the time. And from there, I would just still do in-home visits and working out of my offices according to what paid the bills is what I did.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, kind of like break down the difference a little bit for people listening about like the difference between like what you do and a regular massage therapist or like somebody like that.
Regular massage therapists, they literally, you come in for a relaxing massage. They're going to treat your entire, the whole body, the fluff massage. I call it a Calgon moment. When you
Okay,
come to see me, it's going to be an area specific treatment. If your shoulder's messed up, we're going to focus on the shoulder along with any outlying muscle so you get a full treatment in that area that's causing you the problems. It's not something that you would come to for relaxation
gotcha. So it's not
because
just
it's
like
not,
a general body rub.
no, this it's not comfortable. We're going to get
Gotcha.
in, we're going to work the muscle tissue and figure out what's going on with it.
Definitely. And I can say for myself, like I've been to a few physical therapists, massage places, and definitely as far as like the experience I've had with people, like you definitely did a little more like a little more, specificity a little bit. Like I
Mhm.
feel like most people are kind of it's like a general thing, like, oh, you have back pain, just go do these exercises. Go
Yeah, they go through a routine,
right.
you know.
Definitely I got that approach from you of like where to kind of start, how long you've been dealing with it. Let's start from there, kind of work. So definitely
Mhm.
I get what you mean in that sense. And so a little bit kind of like talk about how like, educating people on the difference between that. Like, do people come in and not really know what you do, or like are they coming in for massages kind of thing?
Well, with us, people over the years, I have managed to, even with my Google um, ads and stuff like that and marketing, it's specifically for athletes and muscle recovery. It's very seldom now that people come in thinking that they're going to get a relaxing massage here because that's not what they come here to see me for. And
So
through the
you
years, I've had to literally weed out AdWords like masseuse, relaxing massage, body rub, things of like that.
gotcha.
To where my when you Google me, you're gonna see myofascial release, muscle recovery, active stretching, um, plunge pool, things that's gonna help with your athletic recovery.
Gotcha. And kind of talk about some of the things that you guys like, work on the most, like most common things people come in for.
Okay, well, it's a year, more or less, it's a seasonal thing. Like right now, we have a lot of track athletes, which is mostly quads, hamstring, legs, calves, things of that sort. Also, baseball
Gotcha.
players, a lot of shoulder work is done. So we come in and we tailor make it where it's not a full hour for a treatment. You can come in for a 30-minute treatment on a specific area and get your shoulder, your bicep, and your arm worked on for that 30 minutes. Most massage places you're going to go to, they're going to want to work on what they want to work on their routine. Whenever you come here, whatever you ask us to take care of, that's what we take care of.
Look, I ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but I went to a massage place one time and I asked for like a little more, a little more, you know, go here a little more, focus on this area a
Mhm.
little more. And I got a response of like, do you want me to do my job or do you want to do, so
Mhm.
definitely like
Yeah,
it is a little bit of like, I don't know, I don't know how to put it, but definitely I feel like people kind of like, do you want
they,
what I have to give
yeah,
you or not? Like,
yeah, but those are just regular massage therapists that are just truly just starting out in the industry. Like I like to tell folks, a lot of massage therapists, they don't further their education.
gotcha.
Here we go at least 40 hours a year additional training with different therapists around the United States on different techniques, modalities, and also learning the body system the way we do.
Gotcha.
So if you
And
stick
yeah,
with whatever you learn in school, you'll never really learn how to work the body. You won't learn how the muscles react to your touch, and you'll just want to do your routine and be done with it.
gotcha,
Where we're here to make you better so you can move on and do what you want to do and enjoy life.
gotcha. Okay, and on that too, like any like general practices for like, maybe high school athletes, college athletes, as far as like general muscle recovery type of stuff.
All right. As for the kids and everything, like I said before, we focus on the younger kids, which are like 10 years old to 12, where they're just coming in. A lot of our kids are in specific sports, and they're putting their muscles through a lot of endurance. And their muscles, well, their bones aren't keeping up with their muscles. You have a lot of growth plate issues and stuff like that. So we
Gotcha,
do a 15-minute treatment for that for kids just to stretch them out a little bit so they feel better. Junior high and high school, most of those kids come in for deep tissue, myofascial release treatments, trigger point therapy, along with also using the cold plunge that we have, near infrared, which helps with muscle recovery, hyperbaric, which puts more oxygen into your body, and also the spot crowd for when they sprain ankles, wrists, and things of that sort. It's area specific cold therapy that literally helps with any inflammation that is in the joint.
gotcha. And then any general tips for like at home stretching, muscle recovery type of stuff for athletes?
Well, with the I just mainly focus on muscle recovery, not much on the stretching portion. But Gabrielle's, which is one of our therapists here, she does that more than I do. I'm more of a torturer, and she is more
Gotcha,
personal training and massage.
gotcha.
So,
Okay,
we can't be a master of everything. I like mastering what I do.
gotcha. Okay,
And
yeah. So
also we leave that to the coaches at the schools to do that as well, the trainers at the school.
gotcha,
The trainers handle the stretching or whatever they need there. We just focus on the manual therapy for the students.
got it. Okay, yeah, kind of talk about because when I was there, you told me like when COVID happened, you ended up getting a new space after COVID and everything. So talk about like, business wise, like you told me y'all you had a Taekwondo dude, y'all kind of like split a space at first.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
talk about that a
At,
little bit,
yeah.
opening your own space after COVID.
During COVID, when COVID first hit, I signed the lease with a gym in 2009, December 2019. And of course, we know COVID literally hit March, and everything closed down. The gym in May, they came to me and told me that they were going to close down, and that was the third gym that I had been in. So like third strike, you're out. So I
Gotcha,
had to go talk to the owner of this facility, this strip center, and I leased this area, and the Taekwondo guy was also looking for a place. So I knew that we needed each other in this time because of COVID and everything. So he decided to take the back portion, which was more or less a warehouse, and I took the front portion, and we had a wonderful relationship for the next 2 years in doing that. And at that time, after both of our businesses grew, we knew it was time for us to go our separate ways. He chose to get another place, and I chose to stay here and expand advanced muscle care here, and he moved further down on Westheimer Parkway.
Gotcha. And definitely, I want to just touch on that a little bit because to me, that's like the way people should be doing business in general. Like, if you trying to get something off the ground, this person trying to get something off the ground,
Yes.
like, why not y'all, split a space, split
Mhm.
rent, to me, that just makes sense is like general business practices. But talk about like that experience, like give some of like the pros and cons of doing that for people that might be interested in going that route.
Okay. Well, the pros and cons with that is you have to get somebody that you know that you're going to be able to get along with for starters. And I would tell anyone, don't let it be a friend.
Mm,
Because friends will expect a lot more from you than an associate will.
gotcha.
We had a wonderful relationship. Taekwondo, well, his was Kung Fu, and most of his clients came in after the hour of 5 o'clock. Most of my treatments were done before 5 o'clock. My students would come in after 5 o'clock, but they didn't care about the noise because they're used to a gym setting anyway,
Right.
so that really didn't bother anyone. It's just you have to make sure who you sublease with is going to complement your business. Because his business complemented mine greatly because he go back there, they start tussling and injure themselves, and then they have to come up here
Come up to
and
the
get
front.
worked on. Yeah, and get worked on.
Gotcha.
So it was beneficial in 2, 3 ways to me compared to him. He had a place to train and everything, and he just played one set fee, not have to worry
Gotcha.
about anything else.
And with the talk about the time and everything too, like how you saying most of his clients came in the afternoon, like talk about like finding people that whose schedules kind of work with yours, complement.
Mhm. Well, it is like I said, it's very important to find someone that's going to work with you. It's just like one good way to explain it is having a massage therapist and trying to do relaxing treatments in a loud gym. That is not going to work because some people are going to want to come in and they're going to want that quiet where you won't get that in a gym.
Gotcha.
And it's just like a tattoo artist working in a doctor's office. It's just you just have to find that right person that's going to work and benefit your business.
Something that complements each other.
You have to find something that's going to complement your services.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, kind of talk about like, how you like once you had your own space and everything, how you kind of marketed it outside of, the clients that you had coming over already. What was like the core things you did to kind of get yourself out there, get clients coming in?
The first thing I did was I did what almost everybody does. I started with flyers, going to different places like mixed martial arts, um, CrossFit, the cheer places, and things of that sort. Um, that I did not see much from, so I started focusing more, like I said, on the high school trainers and stuff. Went up to the high school, had a conversation with the head trainer, which then sent a couple of people my way. And my main focus for the since 2016 has been kid athletes. And
Mm,
by marketing the children, I would get the parents because the parents are usually very involved in doing silly stuff to their bodies, so they have to come see me also, and I can also pull in grandparents from there. So it was always a family-based marketing system, focusing on the kids first, and then going that direction. I
and
found
on that real quick, like, do you feel like it could have worked the reverse of like targeting older people and having the kids come in, or do you feel like the way you did it really was the best way to kind of, get all of them?
well, I think my way worked better. With the kids, the thing is, there always has to be a parent there while we're doing the treatment for the kids until you
So
reach the age of
naturally, it's
18.
like 2-on-1 naturally.
Yeah, the parents are going to be there while you're doing the treatment. The parent will always do this, like, oh, yeah, I know what that feels like. I wish he could do that for me. And
Yeah,
then do a quick 5 minutes, and then they'll set an appointment. And then
gotcha,
that way, I get the parent, and then the parent will say, "Well, my mother's having some issues." I can get the grandparent that way.
gotcha. So a lot of referral based stuff.
Yeah, working the opposite way, working on the parents first. The kids aren't there, and most of the folks that come to see me, they may not have kids because most of my adult clients that aren't from children, I'd say around the age of 50 to 60, and most of those are more or less golfers tennis players, and people that are,
Gotcha.
up in age. And I wouldn't be able to get any referrals from them other than the people that they play with.
Gotcha. That's a good point. And talk about the referral stuff, like as far as like were you really just like going up and talking to the coaches, or was it like, I'll do you a free session if you send me a few people, or was it any sort of deals or anything like that?
With the coaches, it was not, it was well, with the trainers. I went to talk to the head trainer, the program director at the school.
Gotcha.
So, legitimately do it go through the right process. That way you can't get kicked off the field, more or less.
Gotcha. So
And talk to
definitely not
her.
the coaches, the whoever the
Right.
head director, athletic director
Yeah.
is who you want to talk to.
Yeah. The person that's going to handle the maintenance of the players. The coaches, they teach them, the plays and everything, game day stuff. But when they
Gotcha.
injure themselves, the coaches don't have almost anything to do with the injuries. It's trainers at the high schools that deal with that. That's why I went to the program, the athletic director, to talk to the trainers, and then the
Gotcha.
trainers the trainers see a lot of people throughout the day, and they don't have time to work on everybody. And those people that they think need additional work, they can send to me that way.
Gotcha. And on that too, do you feel like that would like that same approach would work for like a personal trainer or like physical therapists that do like, post surgery
Well,
type of stuff?
yes. There's a lot of personal trainers that specifically work with football players, and they go up to the school and do the same things I do, but they mainly focus on the coaches.
Gotcha.
You know, because the coaches, you're going to work with a baseball player. The coach is going to know where you need to send him for remedial work.
Gotcha.
Where the trainers, when they know they need extra work on the therapy side and the recovery side, they'll send them to me or a person like myself.
Okay. And also, talk about like the like any other marketing type of stuff you've done. I know you said you did some SEO work pretty much consistently throughout all this, and
Well,
that's
yes, I did. That was what we talked about earlier when I had to go through and make sure that I got rid of AdWords like masseuse, body rub, and things of that sort. Because when I first started out, I did do some monetary marketing with Google, and it was just like instantly my monthly budget was gone because people were hitting for massage, they were hitting for masseuse, body work, and massage near me, which those weren't the things I was looking for. So I had to slowly and gradually get rid of those keywords and put in the keywords of myofascial release, trigger point therapy, muscle recovery, and things of that sort. That way,
gotcha.
people were looking specifically for me.
Your target audience.
Yeah. So when a
Gotcha.
person puts in MFR, myofascial release, my site's going to pop up right underneath the ad.
Yeah, that's literally how I found you. I searched fascial relief, and yours
Mhm.
is the top one. So definitely, it's working. You literally is
Yes.
top one rank. And on that too, like, have you done paid ads on like socials besides Google, just the Google ads?
I do. I have a TikTok, which I rarely use the TikTok, but I have Instagram where we started putting more of our work on there. But as
Gotcha.
for advertising, we haven't done much advertising on social media like Facebook or Instagram and things of that sort, or
Gotcha.
TikTok. Not TikTok, but X,
Okay.
Twitter.
And yeah, so kind of talk about the Google ad stuff, because I feel like people definitely want to know that, like, if you have experience with that, like, what sort of things work for you, like how much did you have to spend to make something, like have somebody actually come in?
Well, just what I was saying before with the Google ads, with the AdWords was the Google portion of it. Whenever you market with Google, they're gonna throw a bunch of their algorithms are gonna throw a bunch of keywords in for you, and so that they can make their money. Okay, so I had to go through and take out those keywords that I did not need. Um, Over the years, Google has been a good. I can't say it hasn't been a great source, but it's been a good source of clients because a lot of people now do go to Google to find me. Because they're looking for a specific thing like myofascial release, trigger point therapy, sports therapy. In
Hmm.
the past, back in the early 2000s, in the teens of the thousands, it was more or less like 20% because I had to go through that because I've been working with the algorithm since 2008, trying to get
Gotcha.
it more or less sports related. That's why now it's all, that's why mine pops up so early because it's just been a constant ongoing battle, not battle,
Since
but
then.
process with Google to get my business as sports related compared to a fluff treatment or a
Gotcha.
cookie cutter massage place that, a franchise place.
Gotcha. And like, do you spend like, are you saying you have like a budget, like you've had a budget since then?
My budget's 300.
Okay, and has it been that, or did it grow to that? Did you start with like 100 and kind of grow to 350, or?
Yes, yes. I started out with $150.
Okay, yeah. So
And
talk about that first experience running ads with 150. Like, what did it
okay,
do for you?
that first experience, like I said before, it went like that because it got hit by massage, body work, and everything, massage near me running that ad. So I
So
had to go
did you
into
have any clients come in from that ad?
no, I didn't have any clients come in from that.
So 150 gone off
It
the
was
bat.
gone. Because like they said, most people, they look at my page and they say, I don't want sports massage. I don't want to be stretched. I want a massage. So they just went, they're going to click on it and then they're going to, oh, this is not for me. Then they're going to move on.
Gotcha. So okay, so what was like, after that first time, like how long did it take before you actually had an ad convert to like people walking in the door?
It took quite a while because after that happened for about 3 months, I kind of moved away from the Google ad. I kept it, but I just kept taking out AdWords and stuff. So I guess about a year and a half is when I really saw people coming in from Google after I finally got the words, AdWords that I needed in place and the keywords I needed in place.
Gotcha. So about a year of spending at least like 150 a month
Yes,
before it started doing something for you.
yes.
Okay. And like what would you say like because Google Ads it was it mostly just like the website being put at the top of the thing?
Well, with the Google ads, I would it would be just that, but it was more about literally, like I said, massage. That's the main thing they was focusing on was the concept of massage.
The actual ad itself, like was it like one of the sponsored posts like at the top of Google, or was it more like a like YouTube ads that run before the YouTube video?
It was sponsored ads. They would what did I say? Tell you how many hits you could get for a sponsored ad before they switch to another massage place.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I got like 3 hits a day on the top portion before they move you down.
Gotcha. And then
Just according to
any
what
tips from that, like from that experience, like you've been running ads for a while, like any tips for making ads convert for you?
yeah, just focus on your keywords. Make sure that people that are going to Google are looking for you specifically, not a broad spectrum of what you do.
Gotcha.
That way
So
you will make sure
definitely
that
not like
people,
all the Houston hashtags and stuff. You want to be
yeah,
specific as far as Cypress, like
yeah, like sports massage Katie, sports massage Brookshire. I focus on things like that. Anything west of Houston, I will focus on. I'm not
gotcha,
gonna say sports massage North Houston because I know no one's gonna drive through that crazy traffic. Well, most people want to drive through that crazy traffic to come to
gotcha.
see me.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, like we talked about when I came in, we talked about some of the cool experiences you've had. You worked with some NFL guys, like talk about that, like meeting the NFL guys and how that experience was and you know, like having those guys come in, does it bring more people in?
Well, no, when it comes to my professional athletes, I try my best to keep everything as discreet as possible because
Gotcha.
most of them really want to just come in, get a treatment. They don't want to
A
be,
private place.
yeah, they don't want to be bothered with folks just constantly looking at them. While they're getting a treatment, they don't want people in there just gawking at them. So most of
Gotcha.
my professionals, I try my best to keep it as quaint and quiet as possible when they come in. I
Gotcha.
don't say, well, this is such and such to my clients. Like you just come in, they walk in, they go to the back, they get onto the table, they get their work done, and then they move on.
Do you mind sharing? Because I'm sure they wouldn't mind like, you shouting them out, shouting.
Oh, sure. One person's Ryder Anderson. He's number 90. He plays for the New York Giants. Several people have retired, like Trey Williams, who's with the UFL. Trey Williams is with the UFL. I have several sprinters. One is Annie Hago from Great Britain. She's one of their sprinters. I have S.A. Brume, Nigerian long jump, and
Gotcha.
she just won the All African Games in the long jump.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
I've
that's
just been
dope.
very fortunate to work with a bunch of different people.
Gotcha. So yeah, besides that, like, has there been any cool experiences that have came of this, like since you've been in the field, like anything that you didn't expect, like getting into it that you now see as like, oh, this is one of the pros of being in this field.
It would be with the athletes, the professional athletes. Also, like with Carlos Correa, I never thought I'd work with Carlos Correa, Martin Maldonado, and the Astros and things of that sort. It's
Gotcha.
a joy to know that my work has benefited them in their work.
Definitely. And definitely shout out to those guys, man, showing love to black owned business in Houston,
Hmm.
Cypress. So definitely shout out to them. And
Hmm.
any because you've been in business a while, you got like experience running a business successfully. Like any tips for other like local entrepreneurs that maybe they have a small shop doing something similar, like, or
Uh-huh.
maybe they don't have a shop, but maybe they're doing it from home. Like any tips for like those people to, kind of get it going, maybe get to full time.
Okay. There's this picture that I saw. I have it in on a wall in the other room, but I can't bring it in there so you can see it. But it's this iceberg, and on top of the water, it has success on the iceberg. But underneath, it has long hours, regrets, negative, all the negative stuff. People telling you no, you're not going to make it, and things of that sort. If it's your dream, your passion, don't let anybody hold you down. Don't let anybody hold you back. You have to move forward. It's your business, it's your baby. You will see the benefit in it.
Heard
And
that.
most of the people that tell you all the negativity, they're jealous of you and they want to see you fail. So you have to get past that and get to some of us have to get past ourselves to move forward, move past that. But if you're going to own a small business, you're going to own if you're going to be self-employed, you have to depend on yourself. And if you have a family, they're dependent on you to do what you need to do.
Definitely. Yeah, appreciate that. Any goals or anything you building towards you want to see happen come to fruition over the next few years or so for the business?
Well, it grow a little bit more. I'm in the process right now of hopefully training the next generation to hold on to this,
Gotcha.
because I want to, when I'm about next 10 years, when I'm 67, I just want to come in every once in a while, work on someone, oversee a couple of people, fuss and say, so they can say, oh gosh, the old guy's in here again.
Gotcha. Are you looking at maybe doing multiple locations, or do you really want to
If
stick with one?
if I were to do multiple locations, it would be no more than 2 to 3 locations. That way, the quality will stay there. Whenever you start, in my opinion, when you franchise something like this, you have to hire people in, and if they're not properly trained, it just gets
Waters down
worse.
the brand.
Yeah, and I don't want the brand ever to be watered down.
Gotcha, definitely. But you say you enjoy what you do enough to where like you could see yourself doing it for, another few years at least.
Oh, I don't plan on retiring. Like I said, I come in and work on a couple of people, oversee some folks just so they can say he's here again.
Gotcha. Definitely. Okay, so yeah, anything maybe I didn't touch on or didn't mention that you want to mention and touch on?
No, you touched on everything. The one thing that we did discuss when you first came in, you kept utilizing the word masseuse.
You didn't like that word.
No, I did not like that word. The one reason I don't like that word is a masseuse is a female therapist. Well, not therapist, a female that does massage. And by
Nah,
the
say it like you said
dictionary,
it before.
I'm getting there. The dictionary also says that a masseur is a guy, but because of the way things are these days, most people consider a masseuse as being a prostitute. Because we have
Gotcha.
all these different places, or you see massage, and you go in and they know what they're doing, and they go by masseuse. Massage therapist is a licensed person that went to school to get their license. And, muscle therapist, which I consider myself, is a person that continues his education. Like I said, we do at least 40 CEs a year to keep up with all the different techniques and modalities for manual therapy.
No, you definitely did not like that masseuse word.
It's an insulting word. It's just like telling a athletic trainer, calling him a weekend trainer or something like that.
Gotcha. All right, calling a chef somebody that cook food, I get it, definitely.
Yeah, executive chef as a takeout chef, things like that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So definitely know, if y'all tap in with him, definitely don't call him a masseuse. He's a muscle therapist, is what you said.
Yes.
Gotcha. And cool. Any to wrap up the show, any other Houston entrepreneurs you know personally that you want to shout out, show some love to?
That's Dave Thompson. Dave Thomas, I'm sorry. He runs Mayweather Gym, 1464, close to 1090 West Park Tollway. He's a
Gotcha.
great gentleman. He's a great trainer. Also, Coach Faya, which is my therapist and trainer here. We also have Alan over at Beast Mode Gym.
Okay.
It's a gym in this facility.
Gotcha.
And we have Kerry Bennett, KB. He handles a lot of speed training in the area.
Gotcha. Definitely shout out to them. And then any advice for high school junior, senior, maybe a college freshman as far as like finding a career path that works for them that they, because it's, I feel like the general consensus for people is kind of go to college and figure it out. So any advice, you've been in business a while, you got some age, some wisdom on you. So, kind of talk about, any advice for narrowing it down.
Advice to kids, freshmen and stuff, don't always think that college is the end all to everything. There are a lot of professions out here that you can get with an associate's degree or a certificate that will make you the same amount of money that a 4-year college degree will get you. Just being a simple plumber is a 6-figure job. An electrician is a 6-figure job. Welder, 6-figure job. So you need to look in, not everybody's built for college. If you're frustrated with college, look inside yourself and see what it is that makes you happy. You can be rich and happy with whatever you do and not scrapping every day if you know you do what you do is something you love.
Gotcha. Appreciate that, man. And definitely go ahead and drop your socials, the website, your address and everything if people want to come and work with you and stuff.
Best way on Instagram would be go to The Muscle Masher. That hashtag The Muscle Masher. Other than that, the website is amcmassage.com. The phone number is 2APAIN 7246.
Got it. And definitely, I've worked with them, got some relief from that. So definitely I recommend it to people. So, if you're in the area, it's definitely worth trying. And, if you got anything from this episode at all, if you thought I was interested, thought he was interested, and you got anything from it, definitely show him some love on his page. Go follow him, like some stuff. Definitely, for me, if you give me a thumbs up, a follow on this video, I'd appreciate it. Maybe a plant emoji in the comments. That'll help with the algorithm and everything. So definitely, I would appreciate that and appreciate you for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely.